We've got something strange floating around online tonight, and before anybody starts treating screenshots and anonymous posts like official warnings, let me make this clear. Right now, we do not have confirmation that anything dangerous is happening. There are rumors involving NASA, there are people posting about something supposedly being tracked, and there are a whole lot of people filling in blanks that nobody has actually explained yet.
And normally I would put this in the same bucket as every other late-night internet panic, except this one is moving pretty fast. We started tonight talking traffic, weather, and basically nothing happening in New York. And now our message board is filling up with people asking the exact same question. Have you guys seen the NASA thing?
I have seen the NASA thing, or at least I've seen about 40 different versions of what people claim the NASA thing is. According to the internet, we've got everything from a secret asteroid to some government cover-up, which means the 2012 Mayan apocalypse crowd has apparently decided retirement was getting boring.
Okay, but here's the part I don't love. I just pulled up NASA's official account, and people are sharing screenshots of a post they say appeared there earlier and disappeared within minutes. I can't independently verify exactly what the post said, so nobody won with that. But enough people seem to have noticed something that I don't think we can completely ignore it.
Fair. We'll watch it. That's what we do. But a deleted post doesn't automatically mean the world is ending. Somebody could have scheduled the wrong thing, posted incomplete information, or simply made a mistake. Government agencies have social media teams too, and social media teams are still made up of human beings.
Amateur astronomy forums are lighting up at the same time, though. I'm reading people who are claiming they've spotted something that shouldn't be there. That phrase keeps getting repeated. Nobody seems to agree on what they're actually looking at, but the number of people suddenly talking about it is getting strange.
Which is exactly why we slow this down. One person says something is in the sky, 10 people repeat it, 100 people add details, and 30 minutes later somebody's uncle supposedly works for NASA and knows the exact date civilization ends. We're not doing that here.
We do have someone on the line who says she works near an observatory. She's not claiming to know what's happening, but she says tonight has been very different from normal.
Yeah, and I want to be careful because I don't work inside the observatory itself. I work nearby, so I'm not pretending I've got access to anything classified. I'm calling because those people usually have pretty predictable routines, and tonight the place has been lit up for hours. Cars are still there, people who normally leave haven't left, and nobody around here is talking.
So what exactly made you decide this was unusual enough to call a radio station? Because people working late by itself wouldn't mean much, especially if there's some kind of astronomical event they're monitoring.
It's the silence more than the lights. Usually if something interesting happens, somebody talks about it. People get excited. Somebody says there's a meteor shower or some observation window. Tonight it feels like the opposite. People are going in, staying inside, and the few people I've seen coming out look like they don't want to answer questions.
Have you personally heard anyone there say the word asteroid, impact, danger, evacuation, anything like that? I want to separate what you've actually heard from what everybody online is guessing.
No, nothing like that. That's why I'm not telling people to panic. I'm only saying I've been around that place long enough to know when something feels different, and tonight feels different enough that I called you.
That's fair, and I appreciate you being precise about what you know and what you don't. Stay where you're comfortable, don't chase rumors, and if you hear something directly from a credible source, call us back.
Well, and Michael, I really hope tomorrow everybody laughs about this call, because I would be completely happy being the paranoid woman who worried about nothing.
So would I. Take care of yourself tonight.
That's what's bothering me. Nobody has one huge piece of information. It's all these little pieces that shouldn't necessarily mean anything, except they keep arriving at the same time.
I still think we're several miles away from panic territory. But I'll give you this. It's weird. And our listeners are apparently doing investigative work faster than half the newsrooms in America tonight.
Here's one message I want to read exactly because I don't want to change what this person wrote. My cousin works at JPL. He told his family to drive out of the city tonight. Won't say why. Again, completely unverified. We don't know the listener, we don't know the cousin, and we have no confirmation.
That one gets my attention, but it still stays in the rumor column. Everybody listening, please understand the difference. Something can sound scary without being true. We have another caller now. College student.
He says something happened with one of his professors tonight.
Yeah, I know this is probably going to sound stupid compared to all the NASA stuff people are posting, but my professor emailed our entire class maybe an hour ago. Tomorrow's classes are canceled. No explanation, no department notice, nothing. The whole email basically said, be with your families.
Did he mention NASA, an asteroid, an emergency, anything specific at all? And is this professor somebody who normally sends dramatic messages, or is this completely out of character?
Completely out of character. That's why I called. This guy barely cancels class when there's horrible weather. He doesn't joke around in emails. I replied asking if everything was okay, and he hasn't answered. Other students are texting each other now because nobody knows what that message is supposed to mean.
Do you know whether his work is connected to astronomy or anything that could make him aware of whatever people are talking about tonight?
I don't know enough to say that. I don't make stuff up. I just know I was sitting there looking at the email that I saw NASA trending, that I heard you guys talking about it, and suddenly, be with your families. Felt a lot different than it did when I first read it.
I understand. Don't build a conclusion about it yet. Stay in contact with your family. Keep watching official information. And if your professor sends anything else, let us know.
Yeah, I'm actually calling my parents after this. Not because I think something's definitely happening. I just suddenly feel like it should.
There's nothing wrong with calling them. Thanks for talking to us.
Okay, jokes are officially getting harder to make. I'm not saying that to scare anybody. I'm saying it because we've gone from one internet trend to an unusual observatory report, a strange listener message involving JTL, and now a professor telling students to be with their families.
Michael, hold on. We just got something from a major network. They're cutting into programming with a statement. NASA is holding an unscheduled press conference at 2:17 a.m. Eastern.
Tonight?
Tonight! No topic listed, no explanation attached, just the time.
All right. We'll keep an eye on it. The phone system is almost completely full now, so apparently everyone had the same reaction we did to that unscheduled NASA press conference. We still do not know what they're going to announce, and I won't keep repeating that because rumors are getting ahead of facts by the minute.
I've got the press conference feed open, and this is where things get harder to shrug off. The room is filling up, and these are not just NASA people. We're seeing Pentagon personnel, FEMA representatives, and what appear to be cabinet-level officials. That is a very different room from what I expected.
I tried calling our news desk 5 minutes ago. Voicemail. That does not happen at this hour. Somebody is always there. I called twice because I thought maybe I hit the wrong extension, and I got the same thing both times.
And the audience needs to hear what we know versus what we're assuming. We know there is an unscheduled NASA press conference. We know other federal officials appear to be present. We do not know why they're there.
Exactly. Now, we have a retired Air Force officer on the line. He says something changed near him tonight involving several military installations.
I'm retired, so I'm not calling as an official source, and I'm not speaking for the Air Force. What got my attention is that 3 different bases in my area appear to have moved to elevated alert status at roughly the same time. That's not something I normally expect to notice unless I was looking for it.
And when you say elevated alert status, what does that mean to an ordinary person listening right now? Because I don't want people assuming troops are about to roll into neighborhoods based on language they don't understand.
It does not automatically mean war, and I want that clear. It can happen for different reasons. What bothers me is the timing. 3 installations, same general window. no public explanation, and now NASA has a room filling with defense and emergency management officials.
Are you personally changing what you're doing tonight because of it?
I already called both of my daughters. I told them I didn't know anything, because I don't. But I told them to stay home tonight and keep their phones charged. That's the most responsible thing I can tell anybody without pretending I know more than I do.
That distinction matters. Thank you for making it.
I hope I'm reading too much into it. I really do.
So do we. Thank you for calling.
I texted a journalist I've known for years. I didn't ask him about asteroids. I didn't feed him any theory. I just wrote, "What's going on tonight?" He responded with 2 words.
What did he say?
Stay inside.
That's it?
That's it. I called him immediately afterward. No answer.
We're also getting reports online of military convoys moving through New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Houston. Different cities, same night, same general time. We have not independently confirmed every report, so please do not treat social posts like official orders.
Listener messages are saying police in some areas are quietly telling businesses to close and people to head home. Bars, restaurants, places that normally stay open much later. Again, nothing official that I can see.
Something just happened to the NASA feed. The press conference was still about 40 minutes away, but the feed is switched to a holding screen. No podium view, no room audio, nothing.
40 minutes early?
Yes.
We've got another caller. City infrastructure worker. Let's hear exactly what he received. I got an emergency recall notice on my phone telling all non-essential city staff to report according to emergency instructions. I'm not going to say exactly which department because I don't want to create problems for anybody, but this is not a normal scheduling message.
Did the notice say what the emergency is, or mention NASA, impact, weather, terrorism, anything that could explain why people are suddenly being recalled?
No, that's the problem. It just tells us to check in, follow instructions, and stay available. People in our group chat are asking each other what's happening, and nobody seems to have an answer. Some people are already leaving home to report in.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm getting dressed while I'm talking to you. My wife keeps asking if you should take the kids somewhere, and I don't know what to tell her. If this is nothing, I'm going to feel ridiculous. If it isn't nothing, I don't want to waste time.
Don't make decisions based on rumors from us or social media. Follow whatever official instructions you received. Stay connected with your family as much as you can, and please be careful getting where you need to go.
I will. And if they tell us anything once I get there, I'll try calling back. What does he do?
Stay safe.
Okay, whatever this is, it's not nothing. I'm comfortable saying that now. I am not saying we know what it is. I am saying too many unrelated systems seem to be reacting to the same thing at the same time.
And our phone board just froze for a second because hundreds of calls hit it almost simultaneously. I have never seen that happen here. People are trying to reach us from everywhere.
Keep your heads. Keep listening. Do not run outside because somebody posted a screenshot. We are going to stick with confirmed information as long as confirmed information still exists. The NASA press conference is beginning now. The administrator is there, and beside him is the Secretary of Defense. I want everyone listening to understand why Jenny and I just stopped talking for a moment. This is not the room we were expecting tonight.
They've identified the object. Designation 2024-XR7. According to the statement, it was first detected 11 days ago, and it's...
Keep going.
They are saying impact with Earth is confirmed.
Say that again.
Impact is confirmed and unavoidable. Estimated time until impact is approximately 31 hours. Current projected impact region is the North Atlantic, and they are warning of catastrophic secondary effects across the eastern seaboard.
31 hours.
31 hours!
Everybody listening, stay with us. I know what you just heard. I heard it too. Do not start driving blindly. Do not make a dangerous decision because your body is telling you to move. We need to understand what official instructions are coming next.
The phones are breaking. The call software is glitching. We have more incoming calls than the system can process.
We have a woman through. I'm taking this one.
Michael, I have 2 kids asleep upstairs, and I don't know whether I'm supposed to wake them up. I heard unavoidable, and I just started shaking. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Do I put them in the car? Do I tell them? Do I let them sleep?
First, slow your breathing down enough that you can think. Your children need you able to make decisions, not racing from one rumor to another. We do not have an evacuation instruction yet. We have an impact announcement and a 31-hour estimate. Stay with official guidance and stay with us.
How am I supposed to act normal after hearing that? They have school things sitting by the door. One of them was worried about a test tomorrow. I was helping with homework a few hours ago, and now NASA is saying an asteroid is coming.
You do not have to act normal. You just have to stay present. Wake them when you feel you need to, but don't hand them every terrifying rumor people are posting. Right now, make sure you're together, make sure your phones are charged, and listen for official instructions.
Okay, I'm trying. I just needed somebody to tell me something that sounded human.
Then stay with us. You're not the only person feeling exactly what you're feeling right now. Thank you.
Trading has been halted. Global markets are hitting automatic circuit breakers. Everything is stopping within minutes of the announcement.
Gas stations are already being mobbed according to messages coming in. Grocery stores filling. People lining up at ATMs. We are less than 20 minutes into the public knowing.
We have a geologist on the line. He says he saw preliminary information 2 days ago through academic channels.
I'm not calling to scare anybody. I actually don't know what people should do now. I saw preliminary data through academic contacts, enough to understand what direction the calculations were going. And I spent yesterday calling people I hadn't spoken to in years.
You already believed this could happen before tonight?
I believed the possibility was serious enough that I didn't want to gamble with words I might never get another chance to say. I called my brother. We haven't spoken in 6 years. I called my old advisor. I called my daughter and told her I loved her without explaining why.
Why didn't you tell anyone publicly?
Because preliminary data is still preliminary data, and shouting impact before confirmation could have caused panic over something that might have changed. I kept hoping the next calculation would move it away. It didn't.
And now?
Now I'm sitting with my family. That's all I know how to do.
Thank you for calling us.
Emergency alert system. It's hitting devices nationwide now. 4 sentences. Follow instructions from local authorities. That's the ending. No detailed evacuation order yet.
I'm sorry. Give me a second.
Take it.
I'm okay. Keep going. Stay on air. We keep information clean. We do not add panic to panic.
Red Zone Radio is staying live. We're not switching back to normal programming. We're not going anywhere while this equipment works. If you are sitting alone somewhere listening to us right now, keep listening. You are not alone in this.
The president has addressed the country. The message is measured, asking everyone to remain calm. But at the same time, FEMA and the National Guard are being activated in all 50 states. People are already pointing out the contradiction.
Highways are locking up. I-95, I-80, I-10. Reports of standstill traffic within roughly 20 minutes of the announcement. One aerial report described highways as parking lots, stretching as far as they could see.
Airports now. FAA emergency order. Commercial flights grounded. JFK, LaGuardia, Newark. People who thought they could simply buy a ticket and leave are finding out there is nowhere to fly.
We have a nurse at a Manhattan hospital on the line.
We're already overwhelmed, and the asteroid hasn't done anything yet. We're getting car crash injuries from people driving like they're trying to outrun 31 hours. We've got cardiac events, panic attacks, people collapsing, people bringing elderly relatives in because they don't know where else to take them.
Are staff staying? I imagine everyone working there has family somewhere and is hearing the same announcement the rest of us heard.
Some are. Some left. I'm not judging anybody tonight. One nurse walked into the break room, called her mother, cried for about 5 minutes, washed her face, and went right back to work. Another person just said, "I need to see my kids," and walked out.
What do you need people listening to understand right now?
Please stop creating emergencies because you're scared of the emergency that's coming. Don't drive like traffic laws stopped existing. Don't hurt somebody trying to get somewhere faster. Hospitals are filling with people who would not be here if everyone slowed down.
That may be one of the most important things anybody has said tonight. Thank you for staying where you are.
I don't know how long we can keep doing it, but we're doing it.
Stay safe.
Listener messages are turning into snapshots of what people are doing. One woman says she finally called her estranged father. Somebody else says their church is standing room only. One guy wrote, "I opened every bottle of wine I own because apparently I was saving the good stuff for the wrong occasion."
All right. Quick pause before we get back into the story.
Yeah, and honestly, we just wanted to say thank you. Seriously, every single person listening right now helps keep Red Zone Radio alive.
These stories take a crazy amount of time to make, and because of YouTube policies, sometimes we can't even tell the stories the way we really want to.
So that's kind of why we made our Patreon. Over there, we upload uncensored, ad-free, full-length stories way more often. No cuts, no holding back, just the raw apocalypse and outbreak content you came here for.
If you're the type who likes putting headphones on late at night and getting completely lost in another world for hours, that's really what Patreon is built for.
And members also get early access to upcoming videos before they hit YouTube. Plus, people in the community can suggest story ideas that could actually become future episodes.
We'll still keep dropping free stories here every week, no matter what. That's not changing.
So, if you've ever wished these stories were longer, darker, more raw, and completely uninterrupted, that's exactly what's waiting on Patreon. So, link is down below.
All right, radio's back on.
That is the most human message I've read all night.
We have a physics professor from Columbia University. He's going to explain what the North Atlantic projection could mean.
The important thing is that the impact itself is only part of the problem. Based on what NASA has announced, an asteroid of this size striking the North Atlantic could generate extraordinarily large tsunamis. Current discussion is in the range of potentially 200 to 400 feet along portions of the eastern seaboard. 200 to 400 feet? Potentially. Yes, there are still variables, and people should not hear one number and assume every coastline experiences exactly the same thing. But the broad point is that the secondary effects would be catastrophic. So, everybody trying to leave New York right now, if they stay somewhere else on the East Coast, have they actually solved anything? That is the problem. Moving a few miles may not meaningfully reduce the risk, and there are millions of people trying to move at once. There is no simple direction I can tell everybody to drive where they suddenly become safe. That answer is going to terrify people.
I know, but false reassurance would be worse. Thank you for being clear.
Military jets are being reported low over Manhattan. Multiple listeners are describing it as surreal. Looting reports are also beginning in parts of Brooklyn and the Bronx. And there are reports of NYPD being stretched badly as some officers leave to be with family.
Michael, what do we do?
Right now, we do the one thing we still know how to do. We stay on the air, we separate facts from fear, and we keep talking. We've reached the point where callers are no longer asking whether the object exists. Some are trying to see it themselves. We have an amateur astronomer in New Jersey who says he can identify it through a backyard telescope.
It looks like a very bright star in the wrong place. That's the simplest way I can describe it. It doesn't twinkle the way you expect a star to. It just sits there, and over time it seems slightly brighter than it was before.
When you first found it, did you immediately know that was 2024-XR7? Or did you have to compare what you were seeing with the information that had already been released?
I had to compare. I didn't want to convince myself I was looking at it because I was scared. But once I checked where I should be looking and watched it long enough, I knew. And I wish I hadn't looked, because hearing about something on the radio and actually finding it in the sky are two different experiences.
Are your family with you?
Yeah. My wife came outside a few minutes ago. My kids are inside. I haven't shown them yet. I don't know if I will. I thought astronomy was supposed to make people feel small in a good way. Tonight, I think a lot of people understand exactly what you mean. Thank you for calling.
We stepped out from the studio area for a couple of minutes just to listen to the city. You can still hear sirens, you can hear horns far away, but then there are these strange pockets where New York sounds almost empty.
Somewhere nearby, somebody's playing piano with a window open. People are gathered on rooftops. Nobody's shouting where we could hear them. They're just looking up. It is one of the strangest things I've ever heard this city become.
Reports from around the country are completely different depending on where you are. Some places are seeing riots and panic. Other communities are almost silent. Same announcement, same planet. Completely different reactions.
We have a pastor from Harlem on the line.
The church is beyond full. People who have never been here before are sitting beside people who come every week. Some are praying, some aren't, some are just sitting because they didn't want to spend tonight alone in an apartment staring at their phone.
What are you telling people? Because I imagine everybody walking through those doors wants an answer nobody really has.
I'm not pretending I can explain why this is happening. I'm telling them they don't have to perform bravery. If they're scared, they can say they're scared. If they need to call somebody, call them. If they have an apology to make, maybe tonight is not the night to protect you, right?
Are people talking to strangers?
Constantly. People who would normally never speak are holding hands. Somebody brought food. Someone else brought blankets. A man who said he hasn't prayed in 40 years is sitting quietly in the back. Nobody asked him to leave.
Thank you for keeping those doors open.
We'll keep them open as long as we can.
FEMA has now issued shelter-in-place guidance for coastal regions, and this is the sentence people are going to struggle with. They are acknowledging that evacuation is no longer logistically possible for most people.
That may be the most honest official statement we've gotten tonight, and somehow that makes it worse.
Messages are coming in from people making final calls. One listener says she reconciled with her sister after 11 years of silence. 11 years, and tonight, they finally called each other.
I keep thinking about how many people are hearing voices tonight they thought they'd never hear again.
We have one more caller. Former NASA scientist who worked there long enough to know the culture. The people inside knew they were dealing with something serious before the public did. Some were instructed to keep working normally. Some quietly took personal leave. Others stayed at their desks because recalculating the trajectory was the only useful thing they believed they could still do.
Did you know? Before tonight?
Yes.
How long?
Long enough to understand why people inside were behaving differently. Not everyone had the same information at the same time, but enough people knew the possibility was becoming very difficult to dismiss.
People are going to hear that and ask why they weren't told earlier.
I know, and I don't have an answer that will make anyone feel better. I only know there were people there working through every calculation, hoping one of them would change the outcome.
What are those people doing now?
Some went home. Some stayed. That's the part I keep thinking about. They knew. And some of them still stayed at their posts.
Thank you for calling.
We just had another power flicker in the building. Backup generators are running now, and you may be able to hear them beneath us. Cell service is getting worse. We're losing callers halfway through connections.
Messages from darker areas outside the city are starting to say the same thing now. People don't need telescopes anymore.
I've got
3 texts in front of me using almost the exact same word.
What do they say?
I can see it.
Another one just came in.
Read it.
I can see it. It's real.
If you can still hear us, stay close to the people you care about. Keep official emergency guidance nearby. Keep your phone charged if you still have service. And keep listening.
We're still here.
If you're still hearing us clearly, we should tell you what's happening on our side. We are running on backup generator power now. Our engineer says the diesel supply should give us roughly 14 hours if nothing else fails. A lot of television stations have either gone off the air or switched to repeating emergency information. So for some of you, radio may be one of the few live voices you can still reach.
Cell service is getting dramatically worse. Calls connect and die. Texts arrive 15 or 20 minutes late. Some listeners say they can still send messages but can't place calls at all. The internet is beginning to disappear in sections too. So if you're relying on one app or one website for information, don't assume it's going to stay available.
We've got a woman who managed to get through from Penn Station. The connection isn't great, so stay with us if we lose her.
Michael, there are thousands of people here. I don't know the exact number, but everywhere I look, there are people sitting on the floor because nobody has anywhere to go. Some were trying to get trains out. Some came here because they thought maybe something would still be running. Now, most people are basically accepted that they're staying.
What does it feel like in there right now? Is it panic, fighting, people trying to force their way somewhere, or has it changed from what things were like earlier?
That's what's strange. Earlier, people were yelling. Everybody wanted answers. Now, it's almost calmer. Strangers are sharing food. Somebody has a guitar and people are singing along even though half of them are crying. I saw a woman hand snacks to a family she didn't know. Nobody even asked her. She just opened her bag and started passing things around.
Are you alone?
Yeah, my family is outside the city. I couldn't get to them. I kept thinking if I could just get on one train, maybe I could make it. But the trains weren't going anywhere. I tried calling my mother for almost an hour. I finally got one text through that just said, "I love you." She answered the same thing.
Then you got the important part through.
Yeah, I guess I did. And being here is better than sitting somewhere alone. Everybody around me is scared, but at least nobody has to pretend they aren't.
Stay close to those people. Keep whatever battery you have left, and if that guitar keeps playing, maybe let it play.
We will. Thank you for still being on.
Thank you for finding us.
That call says more about where we are now than any government statement probably could. People spent the first few hours trying to escape. Now a lot of them are realizing the place they're standing might be the place they spend whatever time is left.
Our correspondent is still reaching us intermittently through satellite phone. Rural areas across Middle America sound completely different from New York. Some towns have people gathering in town squares. Other communities look almost deserted because families have simply gone home and closed the doors.
We have another call. This is an NYPD officer. He isn't calling with an official update. He says he wants to say something because he thinks his family may still be listening.
Jenny, I left my post. I've been trying to figure out how to say that without making excuses. Things were getting worse. We were understaffed, and I kept thinking about my wife and my 2 boys. Eventually, I just left.
I'm not going to turn this into a judgment call. You didn't call us asking to be judged. What do you want your family to hear?
I want them to know I'm trying to get home. I don't know if they can hear this. Calls won't go through. I've sent messages, but I don't know whether they arrived. So if my wife is listening, I'm sorry I wasn't there sooner. Tell the boys I'm coming. Even if I have to walk the whole way, I'm coming.
Keep talking. Say what you need to say.
I spent years telling them duty came first. Birthdays, dinners, holidays, whatever. There was always another shift. Tonight, suddenly, none of that sounds as simple as it used to. I don't know whether leaving makes me a coward or just a father. I only know I couldn't stay there wondering if my last decision was choosing the job over them again.
You're walking toward them now. That's the fact you have in front of you.
Yeah, I am.
Then keep moving. And I hope they're hearing you.
Thank you.
We're getting an overwhelming number of messages now that are not questions anymore. They're names. People want names spoken out loud. Husbands, wives, parents, children, friends.
Some messages are literally just a name and I love you.
Then we're going to read them. If you sent us something tonight and it reaches this station, we will read every single one we physically can. That's a promise.
We also have a marine biologist who wants to explain what the North Atlantic impact could mean, because a lot of people are still asking what the event itself might be like, depending on where they are.
The difficult thing is that there isn't one experience. Someone near the coast, someone farther inland, someone looking from a rooftop, and someone imagining this from far away are all dealing with different pieces of the same event. From space, the impact would be enormous. From the shoreline, what matters is what follows it. From New York, people may experience the consequences well after the initial impact itself.
And people keep asking whether watching the sky tells them anything useful.
Not really. The visibility makes it emotionally real, but it doesn't give an ordinary person a better prediction than the official information. I would tell people not to spend these hours trying to become scientists. Stay with the people around you. Follow the shelter guidance. Don't turn fear into dangerous decisions.
Thank you. That may be the best use of the time anyone has described tonight.
We're also hearing about hospitals where doctors and nurses are still working despite everything, first responders still answering calls, and a bakery in Brooklyn that opened the doors and started giving away everything it had.
The internet is dropping away piece by piece now. Social platforms that were moving faster than news organizations a few hours ago are becoming unreachable.
Which means there may be fewer voices left.
Then we keep ours going. We might be one of the last voices left, so we're going to keep talking.
We've been sitting behind these microphones for close to 10 hours now. Some of the people who started the night in this building have gone home to their families. I don't blame a single one of them. Nobody knew when the shift started that they'd be deciding where they wanted to spend the end of the world.
The object is no longer something people need help finding. Callers describe it as a second moon that doesn't belong there. Others say it's getting brighter by the minute. We're hearing the same descriptions from different places without people hearing one another.
Hey, can we pause for just a second?
Yeah, just real quick. First, if you're still here with us, seriously, thank you. That means a lot. You could be anywhere right now. And the fact that you choose to spend your time inside these stories with us, we don't take that lightly.
Exactly. A lot of time, work, and honestly a lot of heart goes into building these worlds for you. Every outbreak, every collapse, every late night transmission.
And because of how these stories are made, sometimes we can't always go as far as we want to here.
That's why we created our Patreon. It's where we upload our full, uncut, ad-free stories. The raw versions, exactly the way we originally imagined them.
If you love getting lost in these long realism stories, the kind that let you escape reality for a while and disappear into another world, that's really what Patreon is built for.
Members also get early access to upcoming episodes. And honestly, one of our favorite parts, you can suggest story ideas. And some of those ideas end up becoming future broadcasts.
No pressure at all. We're just grateful you're here, listening.
All right, radio back on.
We have an elderly woman who's been trying to reach us for a while.
Michael, everybody sounds so terrified that I figured somebody needed to call and tell you there's at least one old lady in New York who is doing perfectly fine.
I already like the sound of this call. Where are you right now?
on my fire escape with a glass of scotch. I lived through the 1977 blackout. I lived through 9/11. I lived through COVID. I've buried people I loved, raised my family, made mistakes, fixed some of them, ignored a few others. I've had a full life, honey. I'm sitting here looking up, and I'm fine.
You're not afraid at all.
I didn't say that. Fear and regret are different things. I'm scared because I'm human, but I don't feel cheated. That matters. I wish younger people had more time. That part makes me angry. For me, I got decades. I got mornings and birthdays and stupid arguments and good dinners. What more am I supposed to demand?
I think a lot of people listening needed to hear that.
Then tell them something else. If you love somebody and you can reach them, quit rehearsing what you're gonna say and just say it. Nobody gets bonus points for perfect final words.
I don't think I can improve on that.
Good. Then stop trying and let an old woman enjoy her scotch.
Deal.
I'm going to remember her for a very long time, however long a very long time means now.
Same.
We have a young father on the line. His children are asleep in the next room. He hasn't told them.
Jenny, I don't know what to do. They're little. They went to bed before the announcement. I've been sitting on the floor outside their room for maybe an hour because I keep thinking I should wake them. And then I think maybe the kindest thing I can do is let them sleep.
I wish I had an answer that could make that decision easy. I don't. Nobody can tell you there's one correct way to be a father tonight.
If I wake them, I have to explain why everybody is scared. If I don't, maybe I waste hours I could have spent holding them. I keep going back and forth until I can't breathe.
What would you normally do if one of them woke up scared during the night?
Sit with them and tell them I'm there.
Then maybe start there. You don't have to explain the universe in one sentence. You can just be their dad. Sit with them, hold them, let the rest come when it comes.
Will you stay on the line for a minute?
Yeah, I'll stay.
Thank you.
You don't have to say anything.
Okay.
We're still here.
Jenny, step away for a second.
Sorry, I'm back.
You don't have to apologize.
We have another call, an astronaut. He says he was scheduled for an ISS mission 3 weeks ago before a sudden scheduling change grounded him.
The mission change didn't make sense at the time. I was told it was scheduling. Then, after the object was detected, the ISS crew was evacuated in the following days. They're now at an undisclosed location. I couldn't properly say goodbye to some of my colleagues because nobody was allowed to explain what was happening.
You're saying the station was evacuated before the public knew why?
Yes. And I understand why people will be furious hearing that. I'm not calling to defend decisions. I'm calling because those people matter to me, and I don't know whether I'll ever speak to them again.
What do you want them to hear?
Sheila, I wish the last conversation had been different. That I would have said more if I had understood it was possibly the last one.
Then you've said it now. Maybe they're listening somewhere.
I hope so.
Brooklyn and Queens are losing power in patches. The internet is nearly gone. Station phone lines are failing. Satellite and some landlines are about all we have left.
I've got the last batch of listener messages that reached us. Some are funny, some are devastating, some are just names.
Keep reading.
Here's one from Emma. She's 14. She says she's listened to Red Zone Radio since she was little, and she wanted us to know she isn't scared because hearing our voices makes her feel like everything is going to be okay.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Emma.
The power situation outside is fragmented now. Parts of Manhattan are still running. Other areas are dark. What I notice more than anything is the sound. No horns right now, no sirens close enough to hear. New York has never sounded this quiet to me.
Beautiful and terrifying at exactly the same time.
Our normal phone system is almost useless. Ham radio operators are starting to patch people through to us.
We're a family of 5 in Vermont. We're at our farmhouse. Nobody here has anything important to report. We just wanted to hear another person talking.
And you called the right place.
Are all 5 of you together?
Yeah, kids are with us. We made food. We've got blankets out, even though we don't really need them. I think everybody just wanted something familiar around them.
Familiar sounds pretty valuable tonight.
We can see it from here. Nobody talks about it much anymore. Every few minutes, somebody looks up, then looks back at somebody in the family.
Stay together. You don't need a better plan than that right now.
Thanks for answering.
Another ham operator has patched through a man in Ohio. He works at a water treatment plant and is still on duty. Somebody's got to keep the water running. You say that like it's an ordinary shift.
It isn't. But if people turn on a faucet tonight, I'd rather something come out. I have a family. They know where I am. We talked. They told me if staying here is what I need to do it.
Why stay when the whole system may not matter much longer?
Because it matters right now. I can't control an asteroid. I can control whether I walk away from a machine that's still doing something useful. It matters right now. I think I'm going to keep that one.
Jenny and I have been talking off mic about all the things we thought our lives were going to look like.
I had plans. Really normal plans. Things I kept pushing back because there was always next month. Trips I didn't take. People I should have called. Tiny stuff that felt important until tonight. And important stuff I treated like there would always be more time.
I thought being professional meant keeping distance, not letting every story follow you home. Tonight, there is no distance. We know some of these callers now better than people we've interviewed for years.
I'm grateful I'm here with somebody I trust.
Same.
The asteroid is being described now as the brightest thing in the sky besides the moon. People say it's impossible to ignore.
We have one final landline caller. She says she is a NASA communications officer who stayed at her post.
Michael, I don't want to talk about myself. I want people to remember the people who stayed. Scientists, technicians, analysts, communications staff. People who knew what the numbers meant and still showed up.
Then say what you came to say.
I want to read their names.
Take as long as you need.
Thank you.
We're going to let her continue as long as the line holds.
Our engineer just told me the primary antenna is gone.
We're switching to reduced range.
How far are we reaching?
We don't know. Maybe only the metro area now. If you can still hear us, we're still here.
We have approximately 23 minutes until impact.
The station engineer says we still have around 90 minutes of generator power. For once tonight, we have more power than we have time.
All phone lines are dead now. No callers waiting. No messages arriving. It's just us and whoever is still out there listening.
The last text that reached the station was from Robert in Staten Island.
Don't stop talking. As long as you're talking, it's not over.
Then we don't stop.
We stay right here until the power disappears or we physically can't do this anymore.
Think about everyone who passed through these microphones tonight. The woman sitting on her fire escape drinking scotch. The father sitting outside his kid's room. Emma telling us she wasn't scared.
The NASA communications officer reading names. The officer walking home. The people at Penn Station singing with strangers. That's what I remember about the last day. Not the numbers. People.
I can see it from here now. It looks like a slow shooting star, except it isn't shooting away from us.
5 hours ago, I would have told you not to look.
I know.
Now I don't know what I'd tell anybody.
Let's talk about New York.
Normal New York.
Yeah, normal New York.
Traffic horns in a Tuesday. Somebody yelling from across the street because apparently walking 10 feet closer is impossible.
A Yankees game somewhere in the background. People arguing over nothing.
Summer evenings, when the whole city sounds awake even after midnight.
New Year's Eve, Times Square. Everybody complaining about the crowds and then watching anyway.
I'd give a lot to hear somebody complain about traffic right now.
Me too.
I have the names the NASA officer read earlier.
Read them again.
Everyone we have.
Radio was always weirdly intimate, wasn't it? Television shows you something. The internet throws everything at you at once. Radio is just a voice somewhere in the dark. Maybe that's why people always come back to it when everything else goes wrong.
You don't have to look at us. You don't even have to know where we are. You just hear another person breathing on the other end.
About 5 minutes.
Okay.
No more asteroid.
No more asteroid.
You know you still owe me $20.
This is when you bring that up?
I'm just saying there's a rapidly closing collection window.
Put it on my tab.
Terrible financial planning.
Apparently that problem solves itself shortly.
Michael.
Yeah.
I'm glad I came to work tonight.
Me too.
We're still here.
The building is still standing.
Keep listening. If you can hear us, keep listening.
Something just moved through the building. We felt the whole place shudder. There's rumbling some way outside. The lights went out for a second and came back on through backup.
We are not going to guess casualty numbers. We're not going to pretend we know what was destroyed, what survived, or what happens next. We don't know.
No calls, no texts, nothing is reaching us.
And tonight, for the first time in a very long time, nobody knows. So we're not going to pretend.
The rumbling has eased. This city sounds wrong. That's the only word I have. Dark, quiet. And somewhere inside this building, there is still one studio light running on diesel.
No music. I don't think music belongs here right now.
Just us.
Radio has always been a voice in the dark when everything else goes quiet. I used to say things like that because they sounded good in station promos. Tonight, I think I finally understand it.
If you're hearing us somewhere, whatever you're feeling is probably changing every minute. Fear, relief because you survived the first impact. Guilt because you don't know who else did. Confusion, anger, maybe nothing at all because your brain hasn't caught up yet. That's okay. You're allowed to feel all of that.
Wait.
What?
We have a line.
How?
I don't know. It's barely there. Male caller. I'm routing it to you.
Hello?
Hey, we hear you.
My mom told me if I got scared, I could call the radio station, because you guys were still talking.
Okay, buddy. You did exactly what she told you. What's your name?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say.
Then you don't have to. You can just stay here with me.
Everything shook, and then it got really loud. My mom said, "Stay where I am. I can't hear the TV anymore."
Then listen to my voice. You don't need the TV right now. Your mom told you where to stay, so you stay there and keep listening.
Are you guys scared?
Yeah, buddy. A little bit. But we're okay. And so are you.
Really?
Right now you're talking to me. I'm talking to you. That means right now is okay. We don't have to solve everything after right now yet.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Will you keep talking?
Yeah, I'll keep talking.
Promise?
Promise.
Generated warning alarm just started.
How much time?
Minutes.
Okay.
We're not saying goodbye.
No.
We're still here. Maybe you're in an apartment. Maybe a basement. Maybe somewhere hundreds of miles away, and the signal somehow found you.
You don't have to do anything special for us. Just stay with whoever you have. And if you're alone, stay with our voices.
There used to be this idea that radio had to fill every second. Silence was considered failure. Somebody always had to say something.
Tonight's silence feels different.
Yeah.
Michael?
I'm here.
Keep talking.
I was thinking about this city before all of this. About people waking up yesterday with completely ordinary problems. Late rent, a bad commute. Somebody forgot an anniversary. Somebody was worried about a meeting. Somebody was planning dinner.
And they had no idea how valuable boring was.
Exactly. Boring was beautiful, and none of us knew it.
The lights are dimming.
I know.
You're still listening to Red Zone Radio, and we're